name's Skylar Shea, and I am an energy healer. I utilize the modalities of Reiki and hypnotherapy, along with my own intuitive abilities, to support you in feeling more balanced, aligned, and on your life purpose and path.
And I am Adriana, your yoga instructor. I've been practicing yoga personally for the last 10 years, well, actually 12 years now. And then in the pandemic, I got my yoga teacher training completed. My style of yoga focuses on the connection to the higher self, that true essence within us all, that unchanging part of us beneath our ego, beneath our fears. When we can connect to our emotions and our feelings, we can be empowered by them compared to frightened, scared, and we can use them as a guide rather than ignoring them. Emotions and our feelings are not who we are, but they are meant to be felt, and they lead us to who we are and what we need. The practice of connecting to our body through yoga, moving in rhythm with the breath, noticing our emotions and releasing them in time, allowing them to come up, allows us to access the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing us to a place where we are grounded and able to respond to life, to the world around us, rather than react to it.
The culmination of the full moon each month reveals a spectrum of energies that may come through as emotions or create unproductive thought patterns or shine light on certain areas of our lives that may need nourishment and attention. By utilizing yoga and our meditation at the end of the session, we will address the specific energetics of the full moon in focus and help move them through our body so that we feel more aligned and in balance.
Our intention each month is to provide you with a yoga and meditation practice that helps you align with your divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender. Feminine energy is simply the feminine aspect of the divine power that is within each of us. Themes of feminine energy include, but are certainly not limited to, tenderness, affection, nonjudgmental acceptance and listening, an abundant mindset, knowing that you are infinitely cared for, and therefore there is an ease in both giving and receiving the abundance that life has to offer, heightened intuition, and the impulse to live in harmony, that nurturing side of ourselves. Contrary to the masculine energy, which is much more fiery, action-oriented, typically the energy that is portrayed in society in North America. This month we will be supporting Canadian Food for Children, a registered charity with the Canadian government. This charity was founded by Dr. Simone and co-founded by his wife, Joan Simone, in 1985. Currently, they reach 18 to 22 developing countries around the world. All of their work is volunteer-based, and pretty much all the proceeds go to helping these children around the world. We thought with Christmas coming along, what better place to donate at this time. $1 goes to supporting 20 meals for people over in different countries. Please check them out in the description below, and you can find the link in the description below to donate. Thank you.
Without further delay, we will now get into this month's full moon energy balancing offer. Hello, welcome to this Gemini full moon. In this full moon, what you might be experiencing energetically is the sense of not really feeling as though what you are desiring, what you've been working towards, not feeling like it is there yet. Maybe a sense of impatience in your energy system, in your body. And what I am here to remind you and to let you know is that it's on its way. Everything is adding up for you. The emotions, the energies that you are feeling in your body of that impatience right now actually might be really productive. It might be helping you motivate yourself to do some work that regularly you might not have been doing, or reaching out to people or connecting with people that are going to help you to gain those desires that you are looking for. So if that impatience is being felt within your body right now, I really encourage you in your yoga class today to really allow that to move through you. Question that impatience. Wonder, what is this trying to tell me? What is it that I could maybe do? Is it surrender? Is it leaning more into my feminine and trusting that everything is adding up and really there's not much in my capability that I can do? Or is there a little bit more masculine energy that is being desired and needed of you, of connecting with people, of getting the things done that need to get done in order for you to receive those desires that you're looking for? So I hope this helps you to get a little bit of clarity on maybe why you have been feeling some of this angst or impatience or this just sense of needing to, for lack of a better word, get shit done. And allow yourself, if you feel motivated, follow those motivations, follow those senses of inspiration that you're getting right now. Who knows, maybe that coffee shop that you go to do that project that you need to do, you run into someone that could be supportive in helping you with that project. Or you have this inspiration to just take some more time for yourself, and in taking more time for yourself and going maybe for a walk outside, you get that creative idea that allows you to understand what step you need to take next in order to receive what it is that you're desiring. So again, if you're feeling a little bit of resistance, if you're feeling impatience, if you're feeling like things aren't adding up exactly how you want them to be adding up or as easily as you want them to be adding up, I am here to remind you that this full moon energy is very much stirring that up within us right now. So the best thing to do is take inspired action and let's surrender and put trust into that bigger goal. You don't have to do everything yourself. And during this next part of your yoga class, allow that impatience, allow that resistance to move through your body with your breath, with the movements that you make, in order to maybe get some more clarity or more sense of peace, or just an ability to surrender to this moment that you are in.
Let's begin our yoga practice. My name is Adriana. Nice to see you again. And this is our energy full moon energy balancing for the month of December. We can come here starting in a nice seat. We're just going to close our eyes, beginning to reflect inward, noticing how we feel in this moment. Follow your inhale and your exhale. And really ground down through the sits bones, those bones in your glutes, your bottom here. Can you feel your shirt against your skin as you breathe in and out? Maybe you notice the air around you feels warm or cool. Maybe there's sounds around you capturing your attention here. You can wiggle in your spot, maybe making circles with your hips if you're lying down. Just wiggle and notice where the ground meets your skin, your body. Does your body feel stiff or loose today? Heavy or light? Maybe there's a point of pain calling your attention. Just notice. I've read that yoga is the process of nonjudgmental self-examination. So we're just going to examine ourselves again and again, examining the breath, examining the thoughts that cross our mind while we're doing these positions, examining our body where we hold tension. And as we gain information, as we notice we're not breathing, we'll breathe. As we notice we're holding tension, we'll let it go. And with that practice again and again of breathing with our movement, of releasing tension, we'll show up in our days more calmly, more grounded. We'll begin to respond to situations compared to react to them. We'll sleep better at night, age more slowly over time. The more that we do this practice, the more benefits we will see. You can come into your mind here, noticing, what is the story today? Are you being kind to yourself? Have you been kind to yourself? Maybe you've been a little hard on yourself today, a little hard on others. Have you been able to think clearly today? Or in this moment, do you feel present, or do you feel a little foggy in the brain like I sometimes do? Just notice. And finally, coming into our emotions here, you can bring your hands over your heart. How are you feeling emotionally? What words would you use to describe them? When we own our emotions, we can be empowered by them. When we name them, we can use them as a guide. But often when we don't name them, they exacerbate inside us and become a much bigger deal than they need to be. So own your emotions now to yourself, say them to yourself here. And if you'd like to stay in this emotional state, breathe it in here a couple times. And if you'd like to shift your emotional state, make that intention for yourself now. Whatever it is that you would like to shift to, breathe that emotion in. Let's take a deep breath in, inside, out the mouth. Again, we'll take a deep breath in. You can even shoot the tongue out. One more time, deep breath in, scrunching up the shoulders. Letting it all go. We are not our feelings. We are not our emotions. We're so much more beyond that. You can take your hand, bring it to your belly, and begin to direct the breath into your belly here. Deep belly breaths. And if you know how to do the Ujjayi breath, you can add that on right now, deep belly Ujjayi breaths. And if you don't, I'll walk you through it. So we create that Ujjayi breath by restricting the throat and breathing in and out of our nose. It's that sound that we make when we're fogging a mirror. Let's try that together. And try again with your mouth closed. And breathe in. It's also known as the ocean's breath because of that ocean quality that the sound produces, that the vibration produces. The Ujjayi breath is a wonderful breath when you're beginning meditation, as it allows you to focus on something, that audible sound. It also warms up the air, which warms up our lungs, which warms up our blood, preparing our bodies for the movement, the asanas we're about to do. As well, that ocean's breath, that ocean sound is very soothing to the nervous system. So we'll continue with that Ujjayi, those deep belly Ujjayi breaths here. And just remember, your inhale is only as big as your exhale. while we're sitting here, notice we've added on a couple different layers. Did you begin tensing in your body? Maybe in the hip flexors here, maybe in the glutes, maybe you scrunch your face a little or clench the jaw, maybe you tensed your shoulders. Just try to do this breath without tensing. Try to make your inhales and exhales as long as you comfortably can. If you sneeze or trip over the breath at any time, give yourself a moment and jump back into it when you're able to. You can continue breathing while I speak a little. I'd like to remind you that my words are but a guide in this yoga practice and every yoga practice. Please listen to yourself first and foremost. When a position feels good in your body, go deeper into it. Pause when you need to collect more information, and please back away. Take very good care of yourself, perhaps resting on your back or resting in child's pose. You could even come back to a cross-legged pose, any position that feels good for you. And when you're ready, jump back into the practice. I'd like to invite you with the mantra of love for this practice. The love that you deserve to receive, the love that people deserve to be given by you, especially during this Christmas time. You know, it's not as they often display on TV for everyone. You know, it's not always a cheery time. For those that it is, yes, easily breathe in that love. For those that perhaps it's a little more challenging, still breathe in that love that you deserve, and that love that the world deserves to receive from you. If that mantra does not work for you, please pick one that does, and let's get moving. Put our left hand down on the ground, breathe in, reaching the right hand up, breathe out, over to the side. Breathe in to come up, switching your hands here. Breathe out to stretch over to the side, really moving in rhythm with your breath. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out over to the side. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out over to the side. You may notice your sits bones coming up here. Try to keep them both firmly planted. It may be a sign that you're going a little too far. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out over to the side. And you can begin to move in rhythm with your own breath, maybe speeding up or slowing down as needed. You can also close your eyes here, guiding yourself with your body, with your breath. You can look up or down, stretching the neck as well. Whatever you do on one side, just be sure to do it on the other. Finish your cycle here, breathing in, coming back to the middle, both arms up. Breathing out, bending that left elbow and using that right hand to push it back a little for a nice shoulder stretch. If it's within your ability, you can grab your hands, interlacing them together. Breathe in and breathe out. Extending the spine here as we breathe in and breathe out. Releasing that clasp, arms up above your head. Breathe in and exhale, bending that right elbow, using that left hand for a nice shoulder stretch here, or interlacing your hands behind your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you still notice that you're grounded through your sits bones here as you breathe in, extending the spine? And breathe out, releasing. Wonderful. Shake out the shoulders here. Breathe in, left arm across the body, using that right hand just to stretch out. You can lift it up and down with the breath. And exhale, releasing. Breathe in, arm up. And exhale, extending the right arm across the body again, lifting it up and down, stretching it out. And on your next exhale, release. Let's do some neck circles here. Breathe in to look up. Breathe out, circling down and around. Breathe in to look up. Breathe out, down and around. One more time, breathe in to look up. Breathe out, down and around. Let's hold our head here for a few moments, breathing. You can interlace your hands behind your head here. We're not pulling, just using the weight of our arms to deepen the stretch lightly. Stay with the breath. And on your next inhale, you can release, lifting your head up. And gently looking left and right. Hold on. Let's come onto our hands and knees here, tabletop position. Coming into cat-cow. We breathe in, tilting at the pelvis, belly to the floor, shoulders away from the ears, looking forward or up. We exhale, arching our back. Inhale, belly to the floor. Slight bend in the elbows so that all the weight doesn't go into our joints, but goes into the muscles. Exhale, arching the back, tucking the tailbone, chin towards the chest. Inhale, belly to the floor, shoulders away from the ears, looking forward or up. Exhale, arching the back. Inhale, belly to the floor. We can wiggle here, giving ourselves a bit of a side stretch as well. Just make sure you move with the breath. Might feel nice to make some circles on the wrists here. Stretching out the wrists, feeling how the pressure in your fingertips and your hands change. Maybe you make a figure 8 with your hips coming forward and circling back. Wonderful. We'll come back into that cat motion. And as we exhale, we'll come down into child's pose, forehead to the ground. Inhale, coming forward. Oh, sorry, cow position, not cat. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow position, belly to the floor, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale back into the tabletop position, curling the toes under. Exhale, walking your feet slowly towards your knees, sitting back on your heels. This may be a deep enough stretch for you. If so, stay here. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can come up onto the heels. Ooh. Our feet were never meant to be in shoes. We lose a lot of connection with the earth, a lot of muscle, a lot of movement in our feet, which is so important for the rest of the structure of our body. And stretching them out can be very intense, but really, really good for us. Let's stay here for 3 more deep breaths. If you notice you're tensing anywhere else, let it go. Often when we're uncomfortable, we tense other parts of our body, but we can train ourselves out of that. And come forward again, back into that tabletop position. Ooh, pointing the toes. Ah, and just pitter-patter them here. Ooh, letting it out nicely. Wonderful. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, curling those toes under and coming up into your first downward dog. Pedal it out here. Perhaps it's your first downward dog of the day. Perhaps this is your first movement like this of the day, so stretch it out here. The most important thing with downward dog is that release in the head, the neck, the shoulders, and a straight back, so bend the knees as much as you need to. And with time, your heels will slowly drop towards the floor. If you're able to do that, go for it. If your heels never touch the floor, no worries. Every body is different. Meet yourself where you are. We're going to begin moving a little faster. Breathe in, lifting that right leg up. You can open up at the hip here, coming high on the left toes. Exhale, stepping through, lowering that left knee. Keep the back toes curled. Breathe in to lift up into a low crescent lunge. And breathe out, bringing your hands to the ground, straightening that front leg. We're going to flow like this a couple times. So really nice hamstring stretch. Breathe in to come forward, crescent lunge. Breathe out, hands to the ground, flexing that foot, straightening out the leg. Breathe in, coming forward. Breathe out, lowering down, flexing that foot, straightening out the leg, and let's stay here for a couple breaths. You can flow, breathing in to come up, breathing out to lower down, or maybe you just stay here, breathing. On your next inhale, come forward, and this time we're going to lift that back leg up and rise into a full crescent lunge here. Breathe in. Breathe out, arms behind you like a Superman, body coming over that front leg. Breathe in, arms up above you. Breathe out, arms behind you like a bird. Breathe in, arms up. This time, exhale, left hand forward, right arm back, coming into a twist here. You can stay in this twist, breathing. Or perhaps you bring your hands together, and as you exhale, you bring the left elbow to right thigh for a twist here. You can keep your hands here, or maybe you breathe in to open the arms. And exhale to close them. Breathe in. Exhale. And next inhale wherever you are, coming up. And exhale. Coming into warrior two. I'm just gonna change my position. I always forget that I end up the other way. And we're coming into warrior two. So the right heel is in the middle of the left arch here. We're creating a T, and we're tucking that tailbone, opening up the shoulders, down and back, bending into that front knee, looking over that right hand with a soft gaze. Breathe in and out. Inhale, right arm up, left hand down, exalted warrior. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, extended side angle, maybe hand down to the ground. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And bring both hands down to the ground here. Well done. We're going to step that left foot a little forward here, setting up for warrior one. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle, maybe a little more depending on your body. Breathe in, lifting yourself up. Breathe out, bending into the front right knee. You'll have your feet about hip width apart here, maybe a little more, again, depending on your body and what feels good for you. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms behind you, maybe clasping them together, squeezing the shoulder blades, body over that front leg. Breathe in to come up. Extending the spine, breathe out over that front knee. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out. You can stay with your body over that leg or maybe lower your head down to the ground for a full humble warrior. Take a couple breaths. Next inhale, lift yourself up. And release the arms, exhale, lowering down, stepping the left foot to meet the right foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting your arms up over your head, clasping them together. Exhale, hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Inhale, hands up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sitting back into chair pose. Exhale, standing up, hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart. One more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sitting back. Weight should be in your heels here. Exhale, rising, hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Inhale, hands up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, stepping both your feet back into plank pose here. Inhale, looking forward. You can always lower those knees down. Exhale, lowering down, maybe coming onto your belly, maybe coming up into upward dog. Inhale. You always have the option of a baby cobra. Inhale. And exhale, coming into your downward dog. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to reverse my body so that I don't make that same mistake. Okay, stabilize that right foot. Inhale, lifting the left leg up, maybe opening at the hips, coming high on the right toes. Exhale, stepping through, lowering down on that right knee. Keep those toes curled, tucked under. Inhale to rise up, crescent lunge, low crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground, straightening out that left leg, flexing the foot. Inhale to rise up. Tucking that tailbone. Exhale, lowering down, flexing that foot, straightening the leg. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, straightening the leg, flexing the foot. Inhale to rise up, and this time we're gonna rise up on that back leg for a high crescent lunge. Tucking that tailbone. Exhale, arms behind you like a bird, body over the front leg. Inhale, woo, arms up. Exhale, arms behind you, body over that leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, body over the leg. One more time, inhale, arms up. And this time we're gonna turn right arm forward, left hand back. And you can stay here, or perhaps you inhale, hands together, exhale, right elbow to left thigh for a twist. Inhale, you can open up the arms, or perhaps you keep them together. Exhale to close them. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And now everyone together wherever you are. Inhale to come up. Exhale, opening into that warrior two. Ooh, straighten that leg for a moment and bend into your warrior two. We're creating that capital T shape. Left heel in the middle of the right arch. Lifting from the arches, grounding through the heels, the outside edges of the feet. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean back, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, left arm to left thigh, right arm up over, maybe hand down to the ground. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle one more time. Ooh, my leg is shaking. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. And bring both hands down to the ground, stepping that right foot closer to the left foot, opening it up at a 45-degree angle, sitting up for warrior one. Breathe in to lift up. Breathe out, bending into that front left knee. Your hips are square here, facing forward, and your feet are about hip width apart, maybe more depending on your body. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms behind you. You can interlace them together, body over that front leg. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. You can stay halfway or bring your head all the way to the ground for a full humble warrior here. Breathing. Breathe in, lifting yourself up. Releasing your hands. Exhale, bending forward, stepping that right foot up to meet the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up over your head, clapping them together. Exhale, hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Let's take some deep breaths here. Pressing your fingers, your thumbs into your chest here, right above your heart, and breathe in that beautiful, loving energy. Slowing your heart rate down with your breath. Beautiful. You can change your position so that you're with the length of the mat. Open up your legs, bringing the heels in, setting up for goddess pose, bending your knees, tucking that tailbone, trying to get your thighs parallel with the ground. You can bend those shoulders, those elbows. You can bend your shoulders, but not that way. Ooh, and we're just gonna sway here, connecting to that divine feminine energy, our creativity, our feelings, that nurturing, loving, caring side of ourselves. For 5, 4, use that breath here. 3, 2, 1. Straighten out the legs, bring them a little closer together, setting up for a yogi squat. And when you're at a good distance, you can lower on down. Maybe you're on your tiptoes here. Maybe you can bring your heels to the ground. I find a wider stance works better for me. You can keep your hands out in front of you if you're having difficulty with your balance, or bring your hands together, using the elbows to press open those knees. And just notice your glutes here. Are you clenching? Try to let it go. In these vulnerable positions, when we feel vulnerable, we clench. We have these different habits in our body of holding. So in the yoga practice, we can examine ourselves, notice these habits. And once we notice them, we can start to reverse them on the mat and then bring that into our lives. Try to keep your shoulders down, away from your ears, and breathe. Lifting from the arches here. We don't want to collapse in the arches, but lift, really pressing into the outer edges of our feet. Take one more deep breath here. And release, sitting down on the ground. Keep your knees bent here, setting up for boat pose. The most important thing about boat pose is the grounding through our sits bones and the lifting from the chest. So if this is where you are today, stay here. But if you're able to, maybe you touch your toes lightly, to the ground. Maybe you lift them halfway. Maybe you extend them fully, flexing those toes. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, you can do it, 2, 1, and slowly lower yourself down, first into a low boat, and then all the way to the ground. Well done. You can bend that left knee, cross the right ankle just above that left knee. Interlace your hands behind that thigh. Actually, sorry, before that, this might be a nice stretch for you, and simply press your hand to that knee, or interlace your hands behind that thigh. If you'd like to go deeper still, interlace your hands in front of that shin, and then you can pull the leg towards you and use your right elbow against that right knee to open it up a little more. This is really nice on the right glute here on the hip. And if you notice any emotions coming up that you don't understand, just know that you're in a safe place to allow them to rise, to allow them to be released. The body holds a score, and it needs to come out. Hold yourself lovingly in these moments. It's completely normal. You might rock left and right lightly here. Try to make sure your shoulder blades are both on the ground and that you're releasing your lower back to the ground. You don't want to be curling up like this, but releasing. Wonderful. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as we exhale, we release, switching the legs, crossing the left ankle just above the right knee. Again, you can start here. Maybe that's a deep enough stretch for you. Or interlace your hands behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Using that left elbow against that left knee and pulling the legs closer towards you. You may notice that one side is tighter than the other. I'm noticing that myself right now. The left side is definitely tighter for me. So perhaps you won't go as deep. You can rock lightly left and right. And breathe. Staying with the breath always, especially through these deeper stretches. We want to hold the breath, breathe through it. Notice if you're tensing your glutes here, try to release them to allow the stretch. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, we release down. Wonderful. Setting yourself up for Savasana. And we'll just let our knees fall left to right and straighten out our legs at the same time. Rolling. You can lift your chest up, pressing your head into the ground, rolling your shoulders down and back and releasing them. Just giving your neck a little more space here. If you'd like to, you can pause the video and add some really relaxing music. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. Today there will not be a meditation following, so let's just stay here in silence, allowing our body to really soak in all the work that we just did. Smiling to yourself here, thanking yourself for showing up and putting in that amazing effort. I'll mind the time. Just return to your natural breath and feel the support of the ground, of the earth beneath you. If your mind wanders, as it does, try to keep it in this present moment here. Give your mind a rest a little longer, as well as your body. You can remind yourself that you are exactly where you need to be. That time for yourself is so important and will only allow you to show up for the rest of your day, the rest of your life, with more presence, awareness, purpose, and love. I'm not sure if you can hear my rats in their cage right now, but I'm having a hard time not focusing on them. So I'll take this as an extra challenge to stay where we are here with ourselves. You can begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Bring your knees into your chest. Lift your left arm or right arm up over your head and turn to that side. Coming into the fetal position, resting your head on the arm. And use the upper arm to press yourself up into a seated position. Ending where we began, but wow, do we ever feel different. You can bring your hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart, or up in front of your third eye, in front of your forehead. We're going to end with 3 chants of Om. Even if you don't know how to reach that Om octave, I'm not sure I do, but just that vibration in your body is so soothing to the vagus nerve, to the nervous system. Let's do our best together. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. The highest self in me acknowledges all of that in you. Namaste. I've been in my lower self for far too long. I'm so happy to meet you here today. Thank you. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe to our channel, comment. A little liking, subscribing, commenting goes a long way in supporting me and supporting Skylar in the virtual world. Please check us out on Instagram at Adriana Asana for me, at Skylar Shea Wellness for Skylar. She's also on Facebook and is always doing new promotions. If you're in Kingston, you lucky duck, you can check her out in person. She's a Reiki master and wow, she's really got a lot to offer. Please, please, please donate to Canadian Food for Children. It is such a beautiful cause. The link to their website is below if you want to check them out a little further. And the link to donate is below in the description of this video. Thank you so much. We'll see you next month on the full moon.